What's shaking bacon? What's everybody getting themselves into on this? What's today? Southern Saturday? You already know we right here at work decided to hop on and see, what's good with everybody, chop it up with individuals. It's another beautiful, nice day in Southern California. It's warm, it's not hot, so, we out of that hot shit already. So it's a nice day to be out and about. But you already know that we right here at work like slaves, like always. So decided to chop it up, What's the talk of the town is going down, the word of the curve, you heard me? And for those who were interested, and I know I was asked a lot, right, about my thoughts on the Dubs, right? I dropped a video on this channel, so you can scope that out. Now, keep in mind that in that video, I am only speaking my opinions and giving my thoughts. Is not to convince you of anything or to persuade your views or anything like that. It is merely my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. You get what I mean? Because I know that there's people that get worked up and, I get pushed back, right? Because I have already received it. When it's like, my guy, there's just my opinions. That's it. Not trying to sell you anything. It's a trip. People can't separate the two. Like, I was asked a question, I'm answering. I'm entitled to answer a question, honestly, if I'm asked. If I was trying to convince you of something, I would, put out all the evidence that's out there of, what I'm saying, right? But I didn't do that because why would I like to do that? I'm not looking for people to believe me or not. I'm just merely giving my opinion. So it's like I'm not trying to sell people anything. If I was, I would be throwing out evidence and stuff like that, right? For people to see. But like I said, the evidence is out there. People want to go look for it. But I'm trying to convince anybody of anything. These are my views and I just stand on them. Nothing to do with the streets or nothing like that. These are just merely my morals. Like human morals. Not street codes and rules. We're talking about morals. There's a difference. Ethical morals too. Mindless codes. So, if you do scope it out, understand that it is just my thoughts. That's it. Because there's a trip I already got some messages. It's like people are like so mad. It's like, bro, just my opinion, my guy. Like, don't get so worked up over it. It's funny because they say I'm a nobody, but yet, like, why are you getting so mad for, bro? One of the things I get told a lot too is like, oh, for your, you're dumb, like 10 viewers, and it's like, it could be 1,000,000, it could be 10. I don't care. It's the same to me. People are people, bro. They all matter, regardless if it's 1,000 or if it's just 2. They're still individuals that count, right? And that we're conversating, so it's so ignorant just to see it like going based off of the numbers. And it's a trip because it be some of these, very channels that start off with, I'm happy with what I have and the viewers that I have. But then once they get big, right, and they look to clown on another channel, they'll be like, I'll leave them alone with their 30 views. Like, oh, all of a sudden, Mr. Hot Shots over here. Like, what happened to that? You're humble for every view you get. It's funny how all of a sudden they forget about that, huh? Now, does that mean that they were lying about how their morals are? Yeah. Hi, hello there. Oh, what's cracking like it, Mr. Pasa? What you getting yourself into? Ishi? Es la buena vida. That's why, like, when I do my lives, I take the time to read everybody's comment because, like, well, they took the time to leave it. I'm gonna take the time to read it. I know people, don't like that and wish I skip through it. It's like, well, well, fuck them. Like, what? Hey, bro, come on now. Everybody's important, even if whatever they're saying is trolling or you don't agree with, I mean, nonetheless, they shouldn't be ignored just for that, just because of that. And I could have fun with it too. Um, is there such a thing as a gay criminal, or are there such a no? Well, there's gay people that break the law. Like gay people are no different than any other person out there in the world, bro. So they'll have gays that are alcoholics, drug addicts, intelligent criminals, uh, child molesters. But the same as any other human out there, bro. Is the same with them, bro. There's nothing different except the fact that they like their own gender. But outside of that, it's they're not immune to anything. You know what I mean? So they could fall down that rabbit hole just like anybody else. You know? Just like look at what happened with that one, the one Mr. Beast's friend, the one that's the transvestite or whatever. She was, talking to minors or molesting minors or whatever the fuck, right? But the whole point is that they're not immune to those kind of behaviors, bro. Just like they exist within, everything else. Are you illegal? Are you illegal? That's a funny one. Are you a legal immigrant, bro? Well, yes, I am. How'd you know? What gave me away? God damn it. It's the mustache, huh? Let me take it off. Or are they accepted in the criminal world? No. Like in the pen, no. That's why, they're separated from everybody else. But no, they're not. But amongst their own gay criminals, yeah, right. But like as in like with general population or anybody else who for the morals that they stand for, because even on the other side you might have an individual who doesn't see that as okay, so wouldn't want somebody like that, conversating with them, right? Depending on people, bro, they all have morals that they're still going to stand on regardless, right? So, you know what I mean? Loyal to the soil. People think gay people are weenies, can't fight. Yeah, but that's the thing. You don't know if the gay person could fight or not. For all you know, he probably took boxing or mixed martial arts but you just don't know, right? Not to say that is what's happened, but I'm saying that you don't know what that individual is capable of, because just because they're gay doesn't mean that they don't take self defense and know how to actually fight and defend themselves. There's gay boxers, you know what I mean, and gay athletes in themselves. Look at the basketball players and the football players that came out, So yeah, just because they're gay doesn't mean that that they're not athletic, or that they can't learn how to fight or defend themselves. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, that's why is you're shown to kind of just avoid them kind of individuals, because if you get beat up by one of those individuals, it looks bad, right? That's why people say to avoid interactions with them for that very reason. But not to say that they can't kill somebody, or that they don't have, like, just because they're gay doesn't mean that they don't have their murderers and shit like that, right? Or they're wicked individuals. Like, don't get it twisted now. I get it that society paints it that way, right? That they throw it out there, but just like with any other stereotype, like when they do it with Mexicans, blacks, whites, Asians, or whatever, same with them, bro. It's no different, right? When they stereotype them, so that they're all like feminine and stuff like that. So it's just like, I just live in the real world, right? Like, so all that stuff that people will say, like, I am aware that it's just their warped bias view, right? Because they believe whatever is always thrown out there, but if you were to know, like, interacting in the real world, it just doesn't work like that. Like when people think that a group of individuals is a certain way, like Mexicans being lazy, and that we all talk like Speedy Gonzalez. or that all white people are like, oh my God, Britney. You know what I mean? So it's just ridiculous to see it from there. So Shadow, what's cracking like it, Rogelio? You getting yourself into my boy? I hope you're having a good day. Hey, shout out to the tiny boys out there. Oh, Derek is definitely up in the building. I've been beat up by Serio? What shit happens, bro? I'm happily married, my guy. What's up, little? Hi, I'm from Bangladesh. Wait, well, shout out to Bangladesh. Hello from Russia. Shout out to Russia. You are the best streamer. Great. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Nah, I'm just me. I don't think I'm the greatest or great. I'm just me. But I appreciate that though. I'm just another mule right here. Then that thing go. My boy's over here trying to get X-rated. Thick ass. He said oil up. Oh, mamas. Vato said to take out that fucking extra olive oil. No, was it the virgin oil? 3 flowers. Bengay. Supposedly, a friend told the Italian accepts gay people into the organization. I wouldn't know, bro. You know, like I know nothing about their how they conduct or how they carry themselves, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. You know, maybe I don't know. Who knows? I'm having Native American and I'm Redskin. So yeah, that's another one right there too. I never understood that one either. Because I have some Native homies, and I'm just like, I don't know. Before I knew they were Native, shit, I thought they were white, bro. I didn't even gonna lie. I told the homie. But yeah, that's another one, the Indian one, or the fact that they're even called Indians to begin with. Fucking Kalama was an idiot. Like, motherfucker, you're nowhere near India. And they put statues of that vato. Ta madre. Talk about he discovered motherfucking Vikings were coming over here way before his bitch ass landed over here. Che, vato mentiroso. Hey everyone, I just want to say that I like to my socks off after a long day at work and sniff in between my toes. You too, bro? Damn, my boy, I thought I was the only one. Well, that's actually quite interesting to know, my guy. Whatever tickles your pickle. I sing in like 3 laps. My boy's just chilling. Sácala. Por favor. No, cabrón. Dinero primero. Chevato. Maniaco. What's the longest you've stayed up on Scante? Back in my days when I used to fuck with Scante, probably like 1 or 2. I was never one to do like some of the other homies, right? But yeah, I remember those nights though. Some of the most dumbest and craziest. To be young and dumb. But you know, I was never a fan of it though. So you know, it's not to say that I made it a habit or anything like that, right? But it was never my thing. Like Coke was the thing, you know, for me back then. You know what I mean? Not so much meth though. I really didn't like the not sleeping and not eating shit. That shit used to bother me. It used to irritate me. So I really didn't like how it would make me feel. So I know that there's some homies that love that feeling. I don't understand how they could dig that feeling. I just wasn't a fan of it. It makes you too antsy. From Israel, from homicide, Muslims. Free Israel from. Yeah, well, free everybody that's at war. I stayed up 6 days one time. Damn, my boy. That's crazy. I can't even be able to imagine 6 days, bro. Like, I was dying and feeling like shit just with one day. I can't imagine 6. And that's the thing, that there's some homies that were fine, bro. Like, well, not fine, because obviously they were tripping, but I'm saying, like, but they weren't, like dying out there, I guess you could say. And I don't know how they did. I don't know. Maybe their body was already fucking used to it, probably. I'm just like, bro, how the fuck can you do that? But then I'm also, I do have my, even with drinking, I have my limits. Like, after like a limit of beers, I just can't drink no more. I'm just like done. I'm just like they try to hand me another one. I'm just like, nah, I'm cool. Like, come on, bro. Like, nah, I'm straight already. Like, I just can't even drink no more. Like, I always had my limits. And I never was down for peer pressure. Like, that peer pressure shit never worked on me. Like, oh, come on, fool, stop being a bitch. Like, yes. Because if I now allow you to trick me into, drinking it, then I'm a real man. Then I'm proving a point now. Like, that shit is not going to work on me, bro. Motherfuckers using insecurities against them, right? Fool, if you don't do it, you're a bitch. I'll show you. Like, Like, I just showed that he's stupid and insecure to top it off. Like, congratulations, you just proved you were stupid and insecure, my guy. So I knew you thought you were proving that you were actually down in a man, but you actually proved the opposite of that. So, congratulations, my guy. And that's one thing that, it is a trip. Even people that do lives, they can't recognize that, right? Like, when the people in the comments are trying to stir them up to do something, right? And it works. And it's like, to prove that they're not a bitch or a weenie, and it's like, bro, you're only proving that you're a fucking idiot and insecure, bro. Like, you got nothing to prove to nobody, bro. What are you doing? But they actually really believe that they're proving that they're actually down and shit like that, and it's a trip. I was like, wow, these people really think that they're proving that they're with the business. Oh, man. That's sad. Why do y'all be doing them like that? I'll be like, nah, they're able to tell what they're doing, and then they fall for it. I'm just like, how the fuck are they not able to tell? Sometimes it trips me out. I'm just like, how are they not able to see that though? It's a trip. It's a trip how I guess some people are able to see shit and some people aren't. When we tell paisas, we citizens of the U.S., they change attitudes to negative. That is true. That is true. Yeah. I gotta say that I have came across that before. Yeah. And not so much that they become negative. It's like they become bitter or something like that, bro. I don't know why. That is true. What's cracking this man? What's up, my boy? Can you be considered a homie if you back up homies while locked up and but never got put onto a neighborhood? You could run resident, right? Now, exactly how that works, I just can't, go into none of that conversation, right? But you can be a resident, right? And then from there, you would just, you'll learn the rest if you ever end up in there. But the best advice I could say is that stay out of the streets, stay in school, and it's just not worth it. So, I mean, either way. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't want to end up in that predicament, right? But if you are put in that predicament and that's what you want to do with yourself, then, there's ways, right? But I'm just not going to go into them. But I'm pretty sure there's channels on here that have talked about that kind of stuff. How could drugs have little effect? Tolerance to some people and others not. Okay, because when you go to the doctor, look, all our bodies are different. We are all different, mentally wise, and health wise, and all of that, right? I know that people say that we're all the same, so um, pretty much that we can all achieve this. Like if I could do it, you can do it, which is not true, right? Because we're just all built different genetically wise, mentally wise, and stuff like that. It's one of the things that I have said. It's like, for example, let's say it's you and you have five brothers, right? And your parents die. Some of them might take it really, really hard. Some of them can be okay. Some will maybe try to commit suicide. But everybody's taking the information differently, even though they are all from the same mother and father. They were raised in the same household. Yeah, but they're all different, though. They take the information differently. Some actually need people to help them through it. Some can do it themselves, right? But we are all different. We are all built different, right? Some people just need help, some guidance, right? And even like, let's say you go to the doctor, right? And the reason why they tell you not to take shit that's not yours, right? It has to be prescribed to you, because maybe the dosage that this person can handle, you're just not able to handle that amount, right? That's why they say to never do that, because you can overdose off of that, right? Like it has to be prescribed to specifically you. You get what I mean? That's why there's sometimes people could do drugs, like even marijuana. Some people smoke marijuana and they have panic attacks, but you see everyone else is fine. You get what I mean? But because we are all different, so some people, they take drugs and they start talking to themselves and they go completely off their rockers. But some people are able to function depending on individuals. That's a perfect example to let people know we are not all the same. We are not all built the same mentally wise. So when people try to critique others or suck it up like I did, I was able to get through it. Bro, we are not all the same. Why? While you may not see this predicament like so big or not that serious, to that individual it could be, fucking life and death. You know? That's why it's not good to do that, right? Because you don't know people and how they are, what they've been through. You know what I mean? Or their mentals. To want them to be at your level. You know what I mean? Like, look at you, bro. Like you really think you're him, and you expect everybody to be like you. You know what I mean? To be on your level. We are all different, bro. Not to say that that's a bad thing, because although you may have the strength to overcome your problems easier than other people might be better at something else that you're not good at, right? We all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. Bird could fly. It can't swim. Fish could swim. It can't fly. Strengths and weaknesses. We all have them, right? So to automatically want everyone to, do the shit like how you do is just ridiculous in itself, right? That's when people be like, "Oh, these fools need to suck it up. It's not that big of a deal. I had it rough." They're like, bro, like, yeah, but see, that's the thing. He's not you. Like, I know, homie, because I'm, well, hey, well, if you want to take that as a compliment, take it however you choose, bro. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change, what it is, though. That's why people, like, you can't, expect the same advice that worked for one individual to work for the other. That's why, it's important, like if people need help, they go and seek therapy, right? And they themselves get it, right? Like, specifically for them. Because like I said, we are all different. So that's why some people, when they do drugs, it affects them differently, bro. You know what I mean? But for that reason. And the fools that are doing the drugs with them, they're tripping out like, damn, why the fuck is this fool panicking like that? You know? Because like I said, like that's the problem, bro. That you thought that everybody's fucking body reacts the same to shit. It doesn't. That's how fools end up in a predicament where they're just like, fuck, man, like what do we do now? I'm not gonna lie, I miss concert nights. Serio? Fuck that. That fool said 2 weeks no sleep. Oh damn, you're on some. You were on a whole nother level, bro. That was a. That was out of my league. But I had homies that were like that though. Females love Scante? Mm, I Maybe some females love skante. I wouldn't say females, right? Because, well, not all females are the same, right? So we can't so recklessly speak in behalf of all females just because we met some females that like skante. You know what I mean? So maybe some, right? But just like, some men do and some men don't, right? So I haven't gotten my hair like in 5 months and now super long. What do you think? I should make it short or afro? Whatever fits you, my boy. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you happy. It's happy. After a while, you start sleeping and eating on it. Serio? Nah, bro. The homies don't eat and sleep, bro. They don't. And they've been doing it for a while. The motherfuckers never eat. Every time we barbecuing and they, tend to do shit, right? The motherfuckers never want to eat. Serio, they never do. Motherfucking plate, still right there. Like, bro, you didn't even eat that shit, homie. Like, nah, don't trip. I'm gonna handle it right now. Fucking by the time they leave, that shit's still right there. Like, I ain't even lying. Peer pressure to smoke pot. I come back recently. Only smoke skante. Well, as long as you're making progress, I guess. It'll be better if you just, don't you don't need to, right? But anyway, it's your life, I'm not gonna come on here and just like try to insult individuals like, oh, these fucking, you know what I mean? Like, however people want to live their life. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I'm not one to judge, Boy got the crazy killer laugh. Movies telling us it's cool to smoke weed. Well, society. That's true. But like it's because weed is not a drug, right? Because it's something that's natural, right? Compared to something that's made with all kinds of chemicals, right? That's what a drug is, right? What? I don't know. But then the trippy part is like it's kind of like the drug problem. They want to blame it on cartels, gangsters, these pimps and criminals, right? They're the reason for the drug problem. Like, who are the creators of the drugs? You guys, the government, were the creators of heroin, methamphetamine, and all that. They were used before as methods to treat patients, right? But then they started seeing how it was addicting and with a long period of time, it was bad for your health. That's why they stopped, giving people heroin and shit like that. You guys were the ones that invented that shit, not these criminals, right? But then these people seen how it was highly addicting, right? And they wanted to make some extra money on the side. So these chemists, these doctors started selling it on the side and teaching people how to make it because they were getting paid extra money under the table. Their greediness is the reason why this fucking problem exists. And the reason why they even came up with this shit to begin with is because back then in the war, they wanted to make something where these soldiers didn't have to sleep or eat and be able to function still. And got these, doctors and chemists and all that to try to find something to make these individuals be like that. That is how we came across these fucking drugs, bro. That's the history. So it's not El Chapo and all these and that. It was you motherfuckers trying to make these motherfuckers like robots for your own selfish, greedy benefits. And now look at the problem that we're fucking in. Just because you couldn't understand that a man is a man and he has his limitations. But no, you had to want to break those limitations. How can we make it so they don't have to eat and sleep and they could just function out there? And it's sad that people don't take the time to actually educate and research this shit. Find out the truth. But then they want to throw the blame on all this and that, right? I don't know. Shit's wild. They create the problems, but then they want to cry and bitch about them. This shit is funny. That's not a conspiracy either. Those are facts, my boy. That they have even admitted to. Sadder part is that it's public record. It's just that they don't tell people that it's public record. So why would people actually look it up, right? So therefore, people go without this knowledge because they're not going to teach it in school. They're not going to want to make themselves look bad. You know what I mean? Who has the fastest flow, Shadow? Busta Rhymes? Who has the fastest flow? Crazy Bone. I don't think none of them could compete with Crazy Bone. Look up Crazy Bone, Clash of the Titans. Look up that rola. Tell me if Twister, Busta Rhymes, or any of these individuals could compete with Crazy Bone on how he's and keep it in mind, that song is not altered, it's not speed up or nothing like that. It's naturally him at that speed. It's fucking insane. Because I know Tech Nine and all these other individuals, they could rap fast, but that individual is just on some fuck, bro. I don't know how he does it. Because I have a habit of rapping fast too, right? So I know what it takes. I don't know how he does it without stumbling over his own tongue, right? Because the wordplay, it does get complex, but he just has a natural act for it, though. Like, I'm finding the words to fit and match, right? Because it's a lot harder to do, a faster flow, right? It's a lot. It takes more thought to try to make the words fit because you also have to keep up with the beat as well, right? So finding the words to fit what you want to say, right? You have to tinker with it. It's like a game of chess, I guess you could say, right? It's like building a puzzle. Those are that's the type of shit that I like, right? Compared to the slow, boring shit where you don't have to give actually no thought to it, right? So it's not even like exciting. It almost becomes like a chore. Like, hey, bro, come on, fool, rap to this bit. And it's like, because it's boring. It's like level 1. Hello, I am under the water, under the sea. Brody, you good? Simon, what's up, Shadow? ¿Cómo estás? My bad about last stream. I meant the other person said he was here. Not me. Oh, no. Yeah, I know what you. I got what you meant. No, it's all good, bro. NPC and sexually harassed females getting away. No, it's all good, my boy. Some people are born fighters. Some people can never learn to save their own lives. Sad but true, bro. Are individuals that just speak their thoughts allowed to keep themselves? No, I believe that people could be, raised to, hold their composures, right? But it just depends on the teachings, though. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, remember, genetics also has a big part to do with it as well, right? Like if a person is born with high levels of testosterone, so that person's going to be more short-tempered, more aggressive. But just because genetically he's born that way, or some individuals who are born with low amounts of testosterone, right? So they're more emotional, right? Like things get to them more, right? So you have more men. So you have some men that are more aggressive, and you have some men that are more emotional, but not because they're pussies or bitches or they were raised like that, but because genetically that's how they are. I mean, they could take stuff to level it out, right? But it does come with its defects and side effects, and in the long run is not good for you, right? But nonetheless, there is options, right? But I doubt individuals will want to take the time and actually even know to actually go and seek out those options, right? So people are just pointing and judging individuals, but because they don't understand, though, because they don't have the knowledge to understand, so they just assume that these people are weenies or weak, or you know what I mean, because they don't understand the human brain and how we function as humans. They don't understand human behavior. So that's why they just, come with all this bullshit and this and that, right? Because obviously as humanity, we're always going to want to understand something, right? How something works. Why are people behaving this way, right? And people, like I said, people just don't want to be left in the dark. So they'll try to come up with their own reasons for why the scenario is happening, right? So, if the amount of knowledge that they have going based off of their attitude as well, right, is shitty, yeah, then they're gonna be like, oh, that fool's like that because he's a pussy or a bitch, and you know what I mean? But he's gonna try to look for something, and he's only limited to the his own creative thought, which is, bitch and pussy is the pinnacle. You know what I mean? Compared to, like, let's actually get to the real dynamics behind this shit. And not your fucking, nonsense. But I doubt if they're making that comment. They must be young, so they're not gonna want to educate themselves regardless. So they'll just stick to their guns. That's why I don't bother arguing with people like that. As soon as YouTube money is low, their morals go away and reveal their true colors. Facts! I just want to give a special thanks for the sidewalk for keeping me off the street. Damn, my boy! Drop that mic. That was one of the hardest lines I have ever heard. Facts. Let's thank these construction workers for these sidewalks. He said, because I was trying to look scanted out. What's up with Texas saying free the one guy? It's the pride, bro. It's the heritage pride in them, right? They want to view one of their own as someone that could successfully blow up and make it and everything like that, right? It's their pride, bro. Want to see or have faith that, they can achieve something as well, coming from the same areas, right? Wanting to relate, it's the reason why, I mean, they have Mexican OT. I mean, that's who I think is the Mexican face of Texas, right? But like I said, just because he's like that doesn't speak in behalf of our culture and stuff like that, right? Because you have sick motherfuckers like that in, throughout the walk of life, right? And not only that, but people think just because people have money that they're immune to being like that. Like, why would they fuck up their whole entire success and all their money, Nah, they wouldn't do that. Yeah, I get it, because you wouldn't do that, right? Because you see money like that. But truth of the matter is that if you were to get money, it's not going to change anything, bro. Not going to change how you feel about shit. Not going to change your problems. Money, just because you have money now, all that burden's not going to be lifted off your shoulder, right? Individuals are still going to be how they're going to be. They'll just use money now to, get that thing a lot smoother, right? Or to cover it up or whatever the fuck. But it doesn't change their urges, right? That's why you have pedophiles that have been doctors, lawyers, priests, teachers, gangsters, but they have exist throughout, all walks of life. This is a human problem, bro. It's not specifically towards an ethnicity or a set career or nothing like that, bro. So to think that individuals like him or Michael Jackson or any of these other individuals that are successful, that they can't do that or it's impossible, or not only that, but also people share a lot of good memories to certain individuals' music, right? And they just don't want to be, they're just looking to justify them hearing now the song. They don't want to feel bad that they're bumping a pedophile, bro, because they like that song, because it brings back memories. Maybe it's for whatever attachment they have to the song, they don't want to feel bad that they're bumping it, right? So they try to justify it by, even creating this illusion that, he's innocent and it's a lie. To the point that they're even blaming the child as him or her making up, set stories. Like, we're not talking about a fucking teenager here. We're talking about a fucking child, bro. Okay? So not a fucking 13, 14. No, we're talking about a kid, bro. You know what I mean? A 9-year-old. I don't know if people have kids. I do. I have 4, so I'm aware. A 9-year-old. Try to get a 9-year-old. Tell him to say this story now. And now while he's in the fucking being interrogated by detectives, if he's going to stick to that fucking story, bro, that you expect that kid to stick to that story, good luck. Never in the fucking history of, that shit, you get kids like that. Only in those rare incidents. I think it was with that one, I forget, with Joanna something, but she was a girl that was like a psychopath, right? And there's one Indian boy who was also a psychopath, who who was a murderer, roughly around like 8 or 9 years old, right? But it's rare that you get cases like those, right? And obviously, the 9-year-old that he took advantage of wasn't a psychopath, right? So therefore, they're not going to be able to keep their composure, bro. So they're saying that the 9-year-old lied in court and to detectives, bro. It's like, damn, I guess the detectives must be fucking, dumb as fuck. You expect them to believe? They're going to ask questions, follow-up questions. They're going to interrogate, bro. They're not just going to be like, okay, yeah, they told us this, yeah, we're going to believe them. It's like, it's crazy how people think that the cops are that stupid. You know what I mean? That they're going to do their fucking jobs, bro. And the fact that when he was on bail, he was caught in a hotel with 2 other underage girls in itself. Plus, he had a kid with a 13-year-old. Plus, he married his daughter's friend, bro. Like, come on. Like, do you not see the pattern here? Fool me once, twice, 3, 4, 5, but fuck, dude. And not only that, but the other 5 kids that also came out and made allegations. It's like, my boy, come on. Like, how much more shit do you have to see, bro? This shit is crazy. And we're talking about somebody like SPM. We're not even talking about somebody like fucking... Like, SPM is no Tupac. He's no fucking Oprah. He was successful in his own right, but he was not like that, bro, for the fucking government to be plotting against him. Well, who the fuck is he? I mean, spending government money and all this and that and risking their careers to fucking put this man away, wrongfully. Man, people lost their goddamn minds. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, my lecture's over. We gotta get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.